Welcome back, everyone. In the last lecture, we broke down the three essential components of an AI policy: principles, review, and guidelines. Now we're going one step further. Today, we'll walk through exactly how you can draft your own AI policy, not in theory, but in practice. By the end of this session, you'll have a clear roadmap to put your ideas on paper in a way that your employees can understand, adopt, and actually use. Drafting starts with a structured framework. Define principles. What does your business stand for when it comes to AI? For instance, is fairness in hiring non negotiable? Do you pledge transparency in customer interactions? Add review processes. How will you check if your AI tools are living up to those principles? This could be a quarterly bias audit or a monthly customer feedback check. Write employee guidelines, the day to day do's and don'ts. Employees need clarity, not theory. Think of it like cooking. The principles are your recipe. They tell you what dish you're aiming for. The review process is your taste testing along the way, and the guidelines are the instructions you follow step by step. On this slide, you see the flow: principles, review, guidelines. Why this order? Because skipping steps leads to weak policies. For example, if you jump straight to guidelines without principles, you risk writing random rules that don't connect to your company's values. If you skip review, you'll never know if the policy is working. Here's a scenario. Imagine an SMB retailer says, "We value fairness," but doesn't set up a review process. Their AI driven pricing tool quietly gives discounts more often to wealthier zip codes. Without audits, they never catch it. Suddenly, customer trust evaporates. So the order matters. Values first, checks second, actions third. Let's look at a real case. A mid sized marketing agency adopted generative AI to create ad content. Initially, campaigns went out faster, but some ads reinforced harmful stereotypes. Clients started complaining. The agency then applied our three-step framework. Principles: they wrote down transparency and informed consent as core values. Review: they created a process where every ad draft was checked for bias and tone before publication. Guidelines: no AI generated ad could go to a client unless a human manager approved it. What changed? Complaints dropped. Clients appreciated the transparency. Employees felt more confident using AI because they knew where the guardrails were. And importantly, the agency built a reputation for responsible innovation. This case shows you don't need a 50-page manual. Just three steps, applied consistently, can transform outcomes. Here's where policies often fail. They're too long, too complex, or too vague. Let's avoid that. Keep it concise. Aim for 1 to 2 pages. Long documents don't get read. Use plain language. Say AI chatbots must identify themselves as AI instead of ensure disclosure protocols are adhered to. Include examples. If your policy says protect privacy, add a line like employees must not upload customer emails into external AI tools. A quick do and don't here: do tie rules to everyday tasks. Don't bury your team in abstract jargon. Think about your employees. If a frontline sales associate reads your policy, will they understand what's expected of them within 2 minutes? If not, it's too complex. Let's recap what we've learned today. Drafting your AI policy is a three-step process. Define principles, add a review process, and write employee guidelines. The order matters. Each step builds on the previous one. Real world cases like the marketing agency show how these steps prevent mistakes and strengthen reputation. The secret isn't complexity, it's clarity, consistency, and relevance to daily tasks. Remember, a short, usable policy is far more powerful than a long one that sits ignored. Here's a quick question for you. Can a workplace AI policy be just one page long? The answer is yes. In fact, one page can often be the most effective format if it covers the essentials, principles, review, and guidelines. Why? Because clarity builds compliance. Employees will actually read and follow a concise policy. A 20-page manual, that's a recipe for being ignored. All right, let's wrap this up. We've now turned theory into a practical framework. You know how to draft an AI policy your team can actually follow. In the next lecture, our capstone, you'll draft your own AI policy for your business. We'll take everything you've learned and put it into action. By the end, you'll walk away with a one-page policy you can start using immediately.